Good morning, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. I want to thank you for the invitation to join this important event, inaugurating the expanded MEIC. I'm grateful to be able to speak with you along with the Honorable Minister, KTR, Honorable Pharma Secretary, S. Aparna, Medtronic CEO, Jeff Martha, the Medtronic leadership team, and Secretary Jayesh Ranjan, and all the other senior officials today. First, I want to congratulate Medtronic for your tremendous accomplishments in India, including the expansion of your Engineering and Innovation Center here in Hyderabad, which we're celebrating today. Your company has been a beacon for the healthcare and medical devices sector in India. Medtronic has a long tradition in India. I believe Jeff said 4 years, and particularly here in Hyderabad, where your state-of-the-art laboratory provides advanced engineering, R&D support to global business units in the areas of design, analysis, hardware, software development, and testing. Here in Mission India, we believe that the U.S.-India partnership will be one of the, if not the, defining partnerships of the 21st century. And therefore, I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to highlight the impressive health collaborations between our two countries that this event exemplifies. First, the United States is the largest supplier of medical devices to India, and India, in turn, supplies nearly half of America's generic drugs. The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, has partnered with India for the past 20 years in the amount of $2.8 billion, and $1.4 billion of that, half of that, went toward health care, with $5.9 million spent on battling COVID-19. And USAID's programming will assist over 20,000 health facilities throughout India, serving 500 million people. In addition, several U.S. agencies, such as the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration, collaborate with the government of India, Indian firms, and Indian scientists to address the COVID-19 crisis. And finally, on March 12th at the Quad Summit, with the leaders of the United States, India, Japan, and Australia, the United States announced that through its Development Finance Corporation, we will work with Biological E, based here in Hyderabad, to finance increased capacity to support Biological E's efforts to produce at least 1 billion doses of the COVID-19 vaccine by the end of 2022. Telangana has played a significant role in the growth of India's healthcare sector, especially during the pandemic. And it's notable that 1/3 of the world's vaccines are produced right here in Hyderabad. Notably, Medtronic now hosts its largest facility outside the United States in India, and outside the United States, rather, in Hyderabad and in India. And this is a familiar refrain because Medtronic joins other major American firms such as Amazon and Google in adopting this level of commitment to Hyderabad. Hyderabad has emerged as the destination of choice for IT, life sciences, pharma, and defense aerospace sectors due to its strong talent pool, vibrant science and technology ecosystem, premier research institutes, broad availability of laboratory space, and supportive government policies. I would like to commend my good friend, Minister KTR, and the government of Telangana for its investment-friendly policies and the various initiatives rolled out to accelerate the growth of these critical sectors. To conclude, I again commend Medtronic, which is doing great work to bring the best of American technology to contribute to the healthcare ecosystem in India and the entire world. I wish you continued success as our two countries work together to tackle current and future healthcare challenges. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Joel, for talking to all of us. And we move forward. I now invite Srimati S. Aparna, Secretary, Honorable Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, to kindly please address the gathering.
Good morning. It is indeed an honor to be here, to be a part of this occasion, wherein Medtronic is expanding its engineering and innovation center to reach the size of being the largest outside of the United States of America. It is certainly a golden day for the company and certainly for the country today. Sir, I would like to take this opportunity to convey my very warm regards to the Honorable Minister, Shri KT Rao Garu, and sir, to also acknowledge your leadership in steering the support of the state government for the medical devices sector or the medical technology sector and pharmaceutical sector in Telangana, which is a huge contribution to the national goal of supporting pharmaceuticals and medical devices towards the noble objective of providing affordable, accessible and qualitative health care to every Indian. And indeed, as has been mentioned, leverage the position of India as pharmacy to the world to expand our offerings, our global offerings, to cover now medical devices also. So thank you very much for your efforts and your support to the sector, sir. Sir, I would also like to express my appreciation to Medtronic on this occasion. We are extremely happy to acknowledge this validation of India's potential to be a global hub for the medical technology sector. It is also validation of the human talent that is available here and the skill sets that we have been developing and will continue to develop, which will actually power the growth of this sector. As all of you are aware, and has been mentioned by the CUN chairperson, Mr. Jeff Martha, whom I thank for his presence here over the net. Companies such as Medtronic can really leverage the potential that is in India, because the medical devices sector in India is seen as a sunrise sector with very large growth prospects, with access to huge markets which are developing, and also a support for an innovation-driven, patient-centric growth model. And I believe this is what we will get to see in the expanded version of the MEIC, as it is being termed. I was extremely inspired to see the passion and the enthusiasm of the leadership team, the team members who were on the screen a little while ago, and the employees and the scientific manpower and personnel who have gone into building the sector. And I do hope that MEIC will be a beacon of inspiration for others who would like to build upon this potential that lies in India and create a huge growth story to enable medical devices sector to achieve its full potential. I think the last 1 year has taught a number of lessons for all of us who are involved in the developmental field, who are involved in improving the lot of human beings, who are involved in human welfare, again, as was mentioned just now. And I think what has come out is a necessity to reprioritize, reallocate, and have a review of the way we approach problems. And certainly, innovation is going to be one of the drivers of providing solutions for issues and challenges that are before us. And in the medical devices sector or the medical technology sector, there are exciting opportunities to create a fulcrum of convergence, which is interdisciplinary, which brings together engineering, digital technology, digital systems. We talked about artificial intelligence, medicine, and human well-being. I do believe and I do hope that this center will create that kind of energy which can provide solutions that are required, which are not only, as I said, affordable and accessible, but of very high quality and sustainable. All of you would be aware that the Government of India has been supporting the medical devices in a big way in the last few years. And in 2020, we also introduced support in the form of financial assistance for both individual companies as well as infrastructure. And I'm very hopeful that this will help to catalyze growth in the sector. I would also like to mention that as we spoke about talent and the skilled manpower that is available here, we are moving into a regulatory framework for the medical devices sector. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the Government of India had notified the medical devices rules in 2017, and in 2021, in the next few months, we will see a transition to a stronger and robust regulatory framework, which in fact the sector has been pursuing. And this again offers opportunity to create a strong network of certification, validation and testing facilities, which again is something that will leverage the potential in terms of manpower, technology and institutions. We have in Hyderabad also, as Honorable Minister would be aware, NIPER, which is the National Institute of Pharmaceuticals and Education Research, and NIPER is also very well placed to provide support to the medical devices sector, both in terms of education, as well as now we are embarking on an initiative to strengthen facilities for testing and certification, which as all can understand are important for ensuring patient safety, efficacy of devices and overall quality in the sector. So I do believe there are large areas of convergence, potential for cooperation between institutions, industry and governance systems to enable the full potential of the medical devices sector to be achieved not only in a sustainable way, but also in an accelerated pace. And for that, I would like to congratulate all of those who are present here today for contributing to this cause, for providing an illustration or an example of what is possible and what can be achieved through dedication, through enthusiasm, and through application. So I would like to share my congratulations to the entire team here and hope for higher levels of cooperation. Honorable Minister would be aware that my colleague Jayesh and me have been in touch, and we will continue to work together to support the sector. Thank you so much, and a very warm congratulations once again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for talking to all of us and sharing valuable inputs with all of us here today. And now it's time for our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Shri K.T. Rama Rao Garu, to kindly please talk to all of us here.
Thank you, Srimati Aparna ji, Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Consul General of United States here in Hyderabad, Mr. Joel Reifman, my dear friend Jeff Martha, Chairman and CEO of Medtronic, Mr. Bob White, Mr. Chris Lee, Dr. Rick Kunz, Mr. Mani Prakash, Mr. Madan Krishnan, Mr. Divya Joshi, Shri Jayesh Ranjan ji, to Team Medtronic and its partners and my colleagues from the government and friends from the media. Firstly, I hope, Jeff, you didn't set your office on fire because I know this is the first time you've done something like this. But I'm sure you kept it safe. But nevertheless, I just wanted to make sure you're safe. Good morning to you, for those of you who are in India, and those that are joining us from United States and elsewhere. A good evening to you. I'm delighted and honored to be here today to inaugurate the new state-of-the-art facility, the R&D Center, the Engineering and Innovation Center, as we call it, MEIC. As Joel pointed out, today Medtronic joins a marquee list of companies that have made Hyderabad their second largest home outside of their headquarters. And that marquee list includes Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Uber, Salesforce, Novartis, the list goes on. Now I'm delighted and honored again, like I said, that the largest research and development center outside of the United States for Medtronic also is now based in Hyderabad. It's a matter of great pride for not only Hyderabad and Telangana, but also for India as a country. Medtronic, like I pointed out, has been a story that has shaped up and evolved in India, and as Divya pointed out, over the last, I think, 10 years or so. Now, when we had made the announcement in August 2020, the announcement was with respect to investment of about $160 million into this new facility and employing more than 1,000 professionals over the next 5 years. I had the pleasure of announcing this investment last year, even in the midst of pandemic, and I'm honored that, within a short span of 11 months, you guys have in fact stuck to the goal, stuck to, the vision of your leadership team, and I would like to commend Jeff Martha and the entire team of Medtronic Global Leadership for keeping up their commitment with Telangana and India, and more importantly for keeping up the date in ensuring that this happened at a very brisk pace. This center, MEIC Hyderabad, already serves as a global hub for development. As I walked in, I was shown a number of global patents, that have come out of this fantastic institution in the last 10 years. Further, more than 150 plus patents and 400 plus IP disclosures globally. I'm sure that the state-of-the-art R&D and engineering center will continue to contribute to the global aspirations of Medtronic and to global health in general by also contributing significantly to the intellectual property. Hyderabad's position as a life sciences capital of the country and the world is only getting strengthened with each passing day. While the city and the state's contribution in vaccines and pharmaceuticals is unmatched, the city is also emerging as a medical devices capital of India. And I'm thankful to Srimati Aparnaji for her kind comments with respect to the support, of Government of India also in furthering this cause. In 2017, the state commissioned the country's largest med devices park, which today has more than 40 companies setting up units at Sultanpur near Hyderabad. We are seeing increased interest from companies, investors benefiting from the production-linked incentives of Department of Pharmaceuticals, Government of India. Since we have the Secretary, the Department of Pharmaceuticals with us today, I wanted to highlight to Srimati Aparnaji that a design and development of high-value med devices will serve as a crucial value contributor to the efforts of making India the leader in this space, and will eventually accelerate manufacturing in this sector also in our country. Hence, it is my humble request through you to Government of India, Madam, to consider the incentives and continued support to the companies which will engage in development of medical devices in our country. I strongly believe innovation and research and development will hold the key in accelerating growth of this sector. We need to adopt an India for the world approach. Since the size of the local market is relatively small, we must also make the local market attractive and viable through improved insurance and reimbursement and consistency in policies. We at Government of Telangana have taken a holistic approach to the medtech sector with a strategy focused to innovate, scale up and manufacture. In order to boost innovation, we have taken various initiatives, including establishing incubation centers focused on medical technologies, hand-holding support, technology partnerships, access to testing and regulatory facilities, etc. As a result, I am glad that Hyderabad today is emerging as a hot spot for medtech innovation, benefiting from the progressive government policies, abundant talent pool, extraordinary infrastructure, etc. It's a matter of great pride for us that in the life sciences sector alone, Hyderabad today is serving more than 1,000 global innovators in their vision to improve healthcare and research and development around the globe. And Medtronic's footprint in Hyderabad serves as a testimony to Hyderabad's growing R&D prowess. We are fully committed to positioning India and Hyderabad on a global map as a leader in med devices development and manufacturing. We are on the path to realize our dream and vision of growing the life sciences industry to over 100 billion by 2030. And I believe the med devices sector will play an extremely important role in this aspect. Inauguration of this new MEIC site will boost Telangana's medtech plans and cement Hyderabad's position as the med devices hub in India. I'm confident that the Medtronic team will continue to grow from Hyderabad, not just on the development front, but also, hopefully, in the future, establish a large manufacturing base in Telangana. I once again would like to congratulate the entire team of Medtronics, led by Jeff Martha, on the inauguration of MEIC. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much, sir, for talking to all of us and inspiring us always. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I now request Mr. Madan Krishnan, Vice President and Managing Director, Medtronic India, to kindly please propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Namaskaram. It's a great, proud and happy day for all of us here in Medtronic and in MEIC and all over India, I would say. It was more than 2.5 years when Chris Lee, our President of Asia Pacific for Medtronic, brought the R&D investment discussion into a QBR in India with Omar Ishraq, Subbu Mangipudi and I presented on what India offers in terms of talent and capability in terms of cutting-edge R&D. And the discussion went forward with great amount of support from Jeff Martha, our CEO and Chairman, and Bob White and all the other ExCom leaders. And I'm really thankful for all that effort by the project teams and everyone involved to make that vision into a reality today. I really want to thank Honorable Minister KT Ramarao Garu for gracing the occasion as a chief guest. Your inspiring leadership, your vision, and your positive energy is really infectious. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to your continued support as we scale new heights in the center and in our investments in India. I want to thank Secretary Aparna Ji for Department of Pharmaceutical, our mother ministry, for the positive energy and the enthusiasm that she brings in, and also for very strong focused approach in terms of how receptive environment that she's creating is inspiring also. The collaborative nature and bringing all the people together, I'm confident that we can work together to create a vibrant healthcare ecosystem in India, Medtronic and the Government of India and Government of Telangana and other governments working together. I want to thank Consul General Joel Reifman for gracing the occasion and for all the support, being based here and supporting us with our endeavors. My thanks to Sri Jayesh Ranjan ji. I think your execution capability and your say-do ratio is very high. And to Shakti Nagapanji also for, again, working with us hand in hand every time, 24/7, whenever you need any access to any one of the leaders, to Jayesh Ranjanji or to the minister, it is possible and available, and that is what the say-do ratio is very high. I want to call it out also to Jeff and to the team that, Jayeshji and Shakti, the global team, in addition to R&D team leaders, even manufacturing leaders like Jerry and Francois are big fans of their commitment and their endeavors. I want to also thank Jeff, our leader, Jeff Martha, for his support, mentoring support, and all his valuable guidance to scale up this initiative, to Bob White, to Chris Lee, to Rick Kunz. I know that Noel Colon, our head of quality, EVP for quality, is also on the call, to Noel Colon, and to all the project team members in MEIC and global, across functions, from facilities to the laboratory, scientific technology teams, to finance, HR, and all other teams. It's a complex group effort, and I'm confident that the sort of a can-do attitude and the camaraderie that we have created, the high say-do ratio we have created, the dynamism that we have displayed will, as Jeff and Minister mentioned, will propel us to take healthcare further together in India and worldwide. And I'm confident, as this is a lighting of the lamp signifies a new beginning, a new dynamic beginning where we will really drive innovation and access to healthcare. And I wish MEIC all the very best and thank each and every one of the stakeholders who have been supportive to make this investment a success and its continued sustenance and success. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Madan Krishnan, for talking to all of us. I now invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, kindly please step forward along with the dignitaries for a photo opportunity to get the best of the pictures. Yes, for our social media platforms. Can we also have Mr. Jeff Martha on screen, please, and our other dignitaries? Srimati S. Aparna, if you're here, if you can just please come onto the screen. Yes, my dear friends, you shall witness this wonderful event on YouTube. It's already live on YouTube and also on our app Yammer. And then again, all the posts will be available on the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, with the hashtag Namaskaram, MEIC, and also please do tag at Medtronic India. Yes, I request everybody to kindly please look at the center, the camera right there. If, yes, our honorable chief guest ministers, if you can please. Thank you so much once again to our honorable chief guest, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, and all our dignitaries. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedules to be present here with us. Yes, my dear friends, please go ahead and click your own selfies from the photo booth available, and you can also log into the user guide and take your pictures, and do not forget to post it on Yammer and also on our social media platforms with the hashtag Namaskaram MEIC, and then again also do tag us at Medtronic India. Thank you so much, and we shall see you soon. Thank you.